Well, I hope you can hear me. Because I've lost my fluffy knob. Here we are again, Odeon Motorcycle Club, Airfield Riding Day. For those of you who haven't seen the other videos, they do these about 3 times a year. Well worth joining up the club. I'll put a link somewhere. Because you can race motorcycles on days like this. And this is such chosen motorcycle. I've just been giving it a spanking around the circuit, which is nice. And yeah, it's a handful. It's fast. It's fast. I don't know whether it's... I mean, it is faster than the other bikes I've got, but it's really, for some reason, it's heavy. It's hard work to ride. And there's so much power in the traction control, and you've got to do a lot of digging around to find your kind of ideal setting, I suppose. But anyway, so I'll show you some track footage later. They've basically banned helmet cameras here now for on circuit, which is really annoying. So it means I can't give you any sort of commentary. I'm gonna have to work out some kind of system where I can just have a little tiny like pinhole camera type thing in my helmet and link it all up. But anyway, so yeah, so I haven't really actually had a proper chance to talk to you about the bike and the mods I've done and the bits and bobs I've got on it. R&G very kindly helped me out with a load of crash protection to keep this puppy safe. And incidentally, you may have seen on the back of the launch type video of this that you can get 10% off R&G stuff, which again I suffer criticism for some twats out there who for some reason don't want to pay 10% less. So I'll make sure I make a code for you fuckers which pays 10% more or something like that, and you can use that if you want, because clearly you don't want 10% off. And look, it's the way it goes. I'm doing some advertising for them, basically. There you go. That's it. You know, they get their brand awareness, you get 10% off, and I get some crash protection. So everyone fucking wins. But they also do rear sets, which I didn't know. And these are actually pretty good. They're relatively cheap, but they don't feel cheap. Fully adjustable, and I'm pretty happy with them so far. I've had them on for a month, road riding and on circuit, and they're good. So that's very interesting. Acroprovic can came from calsports.co.uk, and the carbon I got from the Carbon King. I think it's .co.uk. I'll check, but I'll put a link to all this stuff because it's not BMW carbon. BMW carbon's like a stupid amount of money, and this is 99% the same. You do have to fettle it a bit with a Dremel whilst fitting in some parts. Like here, I've had to kind of do a bit of jiggery pokery, but you would never notice looking at it. There's some Beamers here with BMW carbon on, and they must have spent £2,000, and I spent 500 quid, probably something like that. So there's that. Screen came from Bike HPS. Oh, this is interesting as well. From the last track video, so many questions about why people tape up lights. The reason you do it is because if you have an accident, glass shatters. So it's just to keep the glass together. That's it. And you take the mirrors off or tape them up to stop looking in them so you don't get distracted by them. And also, they are made of glass, so they will shatter like the headlights will. Hopefully we won't be shattering anything today. Shatter. It sounds like some kind of defecation explosion. Anyway, so yeah, so that's all the shit on the bike. And to get that discount, if you want it, if you don't want it, fine, pay normally. But if you want it, you go to Bikers Division eBay store. Again, I'll put a link here. And I think you can get, you can get R&G stuff, definitely. You may be able to get other bits and bobs like Hell lines and stuff like that. So they do a massive range of products. Yeah, and that's it. Go there. The code is BVG10, and you just got to ring them up and say, this is what I want, BVG10, and I'll give you 10% off. But again, as I said, if you don't want 10% off, you don't have to have 10% off, so it's up to you. It's up to you. Anyway, I've been out on this already, had a couple of spanks around the track. And as I said, the traction control, it's quite difficult to sort it out. It's on slick mode, but it's still there, but I daren't turn it off because I don't know, it is pretty powerful. So I don't know, I haven't found the limits of it, and I don't really want to find the limits of it. I just want to get used to it for a bit. So anyway, that's what I'm doing on this sunny Saturday, while you're all sitting at home on the internet wanking. Fuck you.